Hey friends, Sarah here. I thought I would take some time this evening. I'm taping this on May 5th, which is all part of National Scrapbook Day. And I thought I would take some time and actually show you some of the layouts that I completed in the month of April. So I have a nice little stack here that I'm very proud of. Some of these actually were assignments for my design team position with the Wild Hair Kits, and some of them were just layouts that I created using my stash. So I thought I would just show you a few of them. I'm trying to get better with doing process videos, but I find that the process of making process videos is definitely something that I have to work on, but obviously I still like making layouts and I want to share with you what I have created. So right now, I think this may be the way that I do that. So this is, it'll go from newest to oldest, or most recent to, earlier layouts in the stash, but I thought I would just take some time and do this. So this is a layout that I made using my April Wild Hair Kit. And this is a picture of my beautiful niece. And I used a lot of bits from Paige Evans, her new Pick Me Up collection, as well as a few things from my stash, plus a lot of the die cuts from the Vicki Boutin set, plus lots of the puffy stickers and word phrases from Chamel's box of crayons, and then from her hashtag sticker book. So this is this layout, and again, it's just a lot of layers. I finally got some flair from a past kit on this layout. And it was a fun one to do. I got to just play and put a whole bunch of product down. Use things like this die cut here that I cut on my silhouette a long time ago. And just had fun placing things down and layering and mixing patterns and textures. Putting little chameleons on the layout just because I wanted to. And so that is this layout. Okay, the next layout is also using my April Wild Hair Kit. This is a layout I did about a manicure, just about pampering yourself and taking some time for some self-care. And again, this is using a piece of paper. This is a paper, yes, a piece of paper, background from my stash, and then elements from my kits. And rather than trying to remember every little bit that was in my kits, I suggest maybe just going back, and if you wanted to see what was in my April kit, you can watch the unboxing video. But I do know that I used some of the Vicki Boutin packaging for this element. It's a really thick chipboard part of the packaging, and so I just used that. I used the burlap twine that came in the kit, and then I fussy cut, like many of us have been doing, some of the moths from the Paige Evans paper. Plopped in some embellishments from my April kit as well as my March kit. So some of these little chipboard hearts were from a previous kit of mine. And then I just added a few little stickers from the hashtag sticker book from the Chamel, the collection from that. But this, again, just a little picture of manicure, talking about self-care and pampering yourself. Okay. This was another one using the April Wild Hair Kit. And this is a lot of the Chamel Box of Crayons collection. I'm trying to think here. And so I had a couple cut files that I just backed with papers from that collection, layered papers, added some stickers from my stash, and just created this layout. This is actually of a crop that I went to at a local scrapbook store, just documenting that it was fun. I went with my stepmom while we were on vacation and had a great time, took advantage of sales. It was funny because a lot of these ladies who were at the crop were surprised that I was taking a picture. And I said, ladies, this is what we do. We're supposed to be documenting. So they thought it was funny. So they all stopped and posed, and we had a good time. So these are, some of the stickers were from the Jelly Bean Soup. Oh, what is it? It's all about color. Color soup or colorful soup or some collection about color and soup. But that's where these stickers, Art is My Therapy and Make Beautiful Things, that's where those stickers came from. This is a cut apart, like I said, from Chamel Box of Crayons, and then the rest of the papers are layered from those collections as well. And then this is a frame from the die cuts. So there's that one. This was a layout I did using things from my stash, and actually they are from two collections really. Trying to think. Studio Calico papers, and Allie Edwards story kits. So I subscribed to the Allie Edwards story kits, and the theme for the month that I used was home. So I stamped with the stamp from that kit, used some of the cork letters, and added some washi tape from my stash, and just added little bits all around the page to talk about our cottage, our home away from home, my favorite little place on earth. And so some of these pieces, this little piece of chipboard that says the beauty of little things, that is one of the very first things that I ever purchased from Allie Edwards, and it was in a kit that she did, I want to say at least 10 years ago. It's probably longer. And I finally got a chance to use it. So this is just, like I said, using bits and pieces from Studio Calico and then from the home collection from Allie Edwards. Okay, this was a layout that I just made using pieces from my stash, and this is a picture of my now 14-year-old daughter having a very serious conversation with her grandma. And I used, let's see here, I believe, I don't know who the manufacturer is on this green gingham, but I do know this is Chamel with Little by Little. This is Pink Fresh Studio, and I believe this navy is also Little by Little. And then I really started this whole layout with the title of Attention is the Rarest and Purest Form of Generosity, because I really just thought that the way this picture looked of my daughter's grandmother giving her truly undivided attention was just one of the sweetest little things. So I loved the way the title really included, it encompassed everything that was on this page. And then I wanted to add three little animals on here. So what I did was I cut out, I don't know if you can see that well, but I cut out the little fox and mounted him on a piece of the navy to bring the navy over, and just put some dimensional foam behind him. So it's a little embellishment that is poking up. And then I punched out some of the hearts from the Pink Fresh Studio paper and gave those a little lift as well. I really like this. I know it is super simple, but I really love this layout. Again, because I think it truly captured the title, and everything captured what I was trying to get across in this storytelling. All right, this is another layout from my stash. This is a mix of We Are Memory Keepers and a little Freckled Fawn, and I think some Vicki Boutin, her newest collection, and I believe this is again Chamel. I've got some old, very old Heidi Swapp, what are these, stamps, some wood veneer from Studio Calico. And again, this is just a simple layout talking about loving this life, hanging out in the car, driving, me and my guy. So yeah, that's just a nice simple little layout. Nothing needed to really be journaled. It was just, you know, capturing something, loving this, you and me, and just having fun with some paper and some products. So there's that. This layout is also, is this from my stash? Yes, I believe this is also from my stash. So this is a mixture of Ellie Studio. And who is this? I don't know who this, I don't know the manufacturer of that. We've got some crepe paper, we've got some Maggie, some pink paisley, but this is documenting last year during the summer. It was International Ice Cream Day, and so while we were at the cottage, we headed to the local ice cream parlor and enjoyed partaking in ice cream. So that's what this is. And again, this is just layering of papers and patterns and adding little bits. I had a hard time, you know, before really using elements of like the chipboard with the ice cream cones. And so this was just the perfect opportunity to obviously use these embellishments in their literal form of documenting a day of ice cream. So I thought that was really fun. And I don't use a lot of pink, so this was kind of different for me. But I liked it. I like the layers. I like how things just kind of all work together. And even, again, even though these are completely different manufacturers, mixing and matching those patterns, I really like them. I'm trying to find out or see who this is, but I can't tell. So if you know who made this pattern, please leave a comment below, and I would be grateful. All right. The next one I used, or I made, uses products from Ellie Studio and from Close to My Heart, as well as part of the, again, Allie Edwards story kit. And so this was just capturing Thanksgiving. We were all together and just wanted to document everybody who was there, obviously while I remembered, so I made sure to include that in the journaling, who was standing where. Just thankful for family and being together is my title. Again, I used some of the really old elements from the Allie Edwards, it wasn't even a kit, it was this little album, and it was talking about the beauty of today. And it was one of the very first things I bought from her right after CKU in 2006. I think it was 2006 or 2007. So that's how old these products are. So they're a little bit older, but I love it. So I added some little bits of wood veneer from Studio Calico and just tried to keep the colors light and playful, but still kind of fallish. All right, and there's that one. The next one was actually something that I put on my Instagram quite some time ago, which was me making the background of this layout, and then I never did anything with it. And I just kept it because it was something that I liked, but I just hadn't really found a use for it. But I was working and playing with matching patterns of, you know, again, different manufacturers and different styles. And I just put it off to the side. And then I came across this picture of my daughter where we were out having lunch one day. And I thought, you know what? It's the perfect layout for it. So this is just a layout documenting how one day we were out to lunch and I looked over at my daughter and it just hit me that she's changing. She's becoming a big girl. It just caught me off guard. So this is a whole bunch of different manufacturers and the papers. Some of them I don't even remember who they are. They're from so long ago. But these elements here are from the story kits from Ali Edwards. This is from the wood veneer. This is from her Change story kit. This acrylic heart is from her For the Love. We have these fabric circles that are from the fabric kit. And then I just added some of the, what are these called? Enamel dots. This one's moving from my stash. And that is this one. Next, I used a Echo Park birthday kit for this layout about our puppies being born and documenting that one of them was staying. So this is a layout showing that little John Martin, or little Marty as we call him, found his forever home with us. And the title just says, "Wait, what? He's staying?" And I kind of wrote this from the perspective of our female Great Dane, saying, "You got to be kidding me. He's staying." But I think what made me the happiest was that I don't use elements like llamas and flamingos and some of the harder to place embellishments on many of my layouts. And so for some reason, I was just so excited to be able to use this llama. I figured, this llama is the size that my puppy at the time was going to be. So size-wise, it was kind of, cute to use that. But that Marty is white and the llama is white. And it really just popped right off the page. And I just thought it looked really cute. So I was happy that I got to use that. And so that is that layout. I also like the fact that I was able to use a birthday party collection for a non-birthday party, just a celebration type layout for this. This next layout was for the wild hare, and this was for one of the challenges that we did, and it was all about copying one of our fellow design team members. So I had Jess Claire that I was to scrap lift, and so I went through her Instagram and I found a layout that she did where she tucked a ton of die cuts all around the frame of her layout and then kept everything very simple. I love this. I think this is perfect because this is one of my favorite pictures of my daughter and my boyfriend. The only thing I would do different, and I may go back and do something, is add something here. There's a lot of white space. And I don't consider it trapped white space because I think there's enough of it that it can move around, but it's just a lot of space. I felt like this was a nice title. This is the good stuff because they are good stuff to me, obviously. So I didn't want to put a title down here, but after I kind of stepped away and was putting it in with all my stuff, I thought, I think I need something here. So I'm not exactly sure what, but I do believe I'm going to put something in here at some point. I just don't know what it's going to be. So we'll see. But that's that. And I love that I got to put some wood veneer on there as well. Next, one of my favorite collections that every time I'm at the craft store and they have this paper there, I purchase it. This is from Crate Paper from Cool Kid. I love this paper. This is all the bright, fun colors that I love. And so this was just a quick little picture to document me and my guy, just sharing how joyful I am that he is in my life and how much I love him, and just kind of having a lot of circles and it all kind of revolving to this block of our picture. So to make it where the picture worked with the papers that I wanted to use, I just turned it into a black and white picture, and it's actually probably a little sepia, but just used the majority of the Cool Kid collection with a few other little elements from the paper pad that I had, and went from there. If you hear people talking, I just had family members walk in and they don't know I'm filming, so they're being loud. The next layout is actually from a wild hair kit. This is one that I used the last bits that I had available. So I had a little bit of pattern paper left. I had some epoxy stickers. I had this amazing background from Jilly Bean Soup. And I had just watched a video with Crafty Jen Scow where she was using wood veneer. It was in her Use It or Lose It series that she's doing on her website right now. And so I decided that I've got a lot of wood veneer, so I'll see what I can use. So I did this, using it for little pieces, and it didn't even dawn on me that it was reminiscent of a pizza, which is what she is eating. But I really like how this turned out. Again, nothing monumental, just a favorite day with my girl. And I think the title kind of plays two roles as being a title as well as some of the journaling. So shopping at Arnie's, lunch at Bucilli's, pizza with my girl. And then lots and lots of wood veneer pieces. And that was really fun. And then where there's a little bit of openings, I just put some of the enamel dots and shapes that I had in my stash. But that one was a lot of fun to do. This one was once again inspired by Jen Scow. I was watching one of her YouTube videos where she had created a layout using or documenting one of her favorite books as a child. And I have very, very vivid memories of these two books being read to me. The Boxcar Children was read to me by my mom, and Raggedy Ann and the Cookie Snatcher was read to me by my aunt. And so I used what collection is this? Part of it is from Close to My Heart, and the majority of it is from Ellie's Studio. And so this is just documenting my favorite children's books. I used a cut file, just backed it with some of the pattern papers that were included in the pattern papers that I used to layer, some of the Ellie Studios gorgeous puffy stickers. I have some enamel dots as well as some wood veneer scattered throughout. And then this was really, again, about the journaling. I really wanted to make sure that I journaled why these two books are going to be included in my scrapbook. And that is just, again, because of the memories that are associated with them. So I love this layout. Okay, this next layout, we're almost done. This one is a stash layout. I used a couple cut files that I got from, I think, the Silhouette store. And I just cut them out a couple times and then backed them with white cardstock so that you couldn't see the pattern, the busy pattern behind them. And then I staggered them so that you could see certain elements from behind and forward. And I believe a lot of this layout is from Echo Park, from a few different collections. One of them I believe is like a baking one, and another one, I don't remember exactly, but if you want, if some of these papers look familiar, please feel free to leave a comment below as to where they are from, or if you really want to know, I will track them down. But this is just documenting the neighbor kids, and how, you know, I want to make sure that years from now when my daughter is trying to remember, I'm sure she's still going to be friends with them long after she moves away. But if she's not, that we always know who these little people are in our lives. And I just used elements from my stash as far as die cuts go, and a few little layers with some wood veneer and stickers, as well as some enamel dots. And then I'm really excited that I get to end this video with this layout. So I was, Shamel was talking about how she was going to issue a challenge really for the entire month of April, where she was going to use all the random things. So for 30 days in April, she was going to give you us 30 prompts on how to use those just random bits that we get in our collections, or that she includes, or that other manufacturers include. And so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to have fun one night and just see what I come up with. And I spent, well, I probably watched a movie, so it was probably 3 hours just laying this out. And it looks like a total mess, and I love it. This is actually one of my favorite layouts I have done in ages. So the title of this is You Are My Wildest Imagination Come to Life. And I really let the title dictate what I did on it. So I used one of the papers from the boy collection, from the Pink Paisley Wild Child Boy collection. I used that, and then I just had fun with layers and different fonts of stickers and all the crazy things of adding a chameleon with a cat and a unicorn and a Yorkie chasing a paper airplane in space, and having all the textures and everything that I wanted to put on a piece of paper or on a layout, I did. And I love this. I think it is so fun, and it's just a good reminder that, you know, I know there are rules to design, and there are things that, you know, probably look better together than some things, but every once in a while, I think it's good just to throw those rules out the window and have fun sticking things down. And this was that layout for me. I got to use a lot of fun things from my stash, a lot of new things from collections that I probably never would have thought to use, and I had a blast doing it. So I hope you had fun looking back with me through the layouts that I made in the month of April. Again, some of them were using my Wild Hair kit, and others were just layouts from my stash. I'm going to try to do this at the end of every month, just so that I can kind of keep a record of what I have completed each month. I do have a goal in the year 2018 to complete at least 100 layouts. So with the layouts that I post over on my Instagram, which is, if you would like to follow, is at @syerke, Y-E-R-K-E. I do use the hashtag 100 in 2018. So if that's something you're doing, please feel free to use that tag as well. I'd love to see what you are doing. And thank you again for stopping by and taking time out of your day to see what I have been doing. I hope to see you again soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.